Hello and welcome back to the reading vlog. It's Monday. I didn't film yesterday, had like a really chill day, edited the vlog and stuff like that, you know? So yeah, that is why we're doing an update now. I'm still listening to Ringworld. I really am not sure. I still feel like it's a weirdly sexual version of Hitchhiker's Guide Through the Galaxy, even though the story like really isn't the same. It just feels like it, you know? I can't really describe why I think it. It's like, it just gives me the same feelings, but it's weirdly sexual at the same time. So yeah, I'm still not sure about that book. And then I finished a book. Finally I finished another book. And that is Magic Shadows, or Magische Schatten in German. I think actually the English version is called something else. Let me look it up so I can tell you the right book title. Okay, so the English title is Twilight Zone, the original stories, and I don't know why they in German called it Magic Shadows. But yeah, I gave it 3 stars. A few of the stories I already knew because I watched the part of the first season of Twilight Zone. But these are pretty much all of like the original Twilight Zone stories that weren't by the main writer, but like by different writers who wrote a few of the stories. For example, Richard Matheson, Richard Matheson, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his last name right, who wrote I'm Legend, and like a few other different authors in here. I have to say, I loved some of the stories, I really disliked other ones. I don't feel like they're all equally like Twilight Zone-y. For me, Twilight Zone is like weird stories which like take a weird turn, you know, and the first 2 stories were really strong in here. And then you have like some that are just like plain like a story without any twist, which I thought wasn't that fitting. But yeah, which is why I gave it 3 stars, because there are definitely some 5-star stories in here, but there are also definitely some 2-star stories in here. So yeah, I think 3 stars is a fair rating for it, like completely. But yeah, I liked it. I would think about picking up the English original. Maybe I like the stories more in English. That might be the case. Sometimes, especially like these older translations aren't like the best. So I might look into that. Maybe I just watch the Twilight Zone series instead of like getting the books. But yeah, I haven't read anything else. The next book I need to continue with is Map of Bones, which I'm halfway through currently. I will definitely continue with that one tomorrow. Though I don't know how much I will be able to read tomorrow because I have to go into the office. And I have to take the dog because it doesn't work out in a different way. But yeah, my boss told me like, bring the dog, so I'm gonna bring the dog. So yeah, I probably won't be able to read anything while on the way because I have to look after the dog, you know. So we'll see. Yeah. Other than that, we did some decluttering today. We are trying to really like cut down on unnecessary things we don't use in our household, because it tends to get really cluttered here, because we are both a little bit scatterbrained a lot of the time, and so things just accumulate that we don't use or need because we feel like we can't throw them away. So yeah, we're decluttering, and we did that today with one of our is it called a broom closet? Like, I don't really know what the English name is, but like a room where you can put stuff in, but ours is underneath our stairs. Like pretty much a Harry Potter closet. It's the same size as the one in the Harry Potter movies. Yeah, we decluttered that, and that's really nice, to be honest. It feels really good to have the space more organized and less full. So yeah, that is the start of my week. I had a lot of problems with my allergies at the moment, but like pollen and stuff like that, you know. So if I sound really congested. That is why. My whole throat is really sore because of that. So yeah, I will probably sound constantly a little bit ill. But yeah, it's a good start to the week. We had a bank holiday today, which is why I didn't have to work, which is really nice, to be honest. And yeah, work's continuing tomorrow. So yeah, hopefully I will have a reading update for tomorrow for you, but I won't promise anything because it can really well be that I just won't be able to pick a book up, especially since I still have to film and edit Thursday's video. I haven't even started with that, so I probably have to do that completely tomorrow, or like film tomorrow and edit Wednesday, which cuts it really close, but yeah, I just didn't really have time before. But it's gonna be my reading plans for June, so it's not that time consuming to film, just more like a little bit more of editing. But yeah, I would do that tomorrow as well, so I probably won't read much. Okay, so as I thought, I didn't have any time to check in with you yesterday. I didn't have any time to read. I went to the office, then I came home, went with the dog and filmed my video for Thursday, and then I had a Skype date with my best friend. And yeah, then the day was over actually. So yeah, I didn't do any reading yesterday, and then I also didn't film for the vlog, obviously. So today I worked, I edited the video and uploaded it so it can go live on a Thursday, like tomorrow morning. And Secret Project number 2 arrived. My neighbor got it, so I had to pick it up, and yeah, as you can see, I directly started reading it because even though I'm still reading Map of Bones by Jim Rollins, I had to start it directly, you know. So yeah, this is called The Frugal Wizard's Handbook for Surviving Medieval England, by Brandon Sanderson, obviously. And the illustrations are by Steve Argyle, and I'm already loving his art style. The book is completely like in blue, like all of the illustrations are like in blue tones, and it looks fantastic. Let me show you. Like, you have these little illustrations on the pages, and then you also have like full page illustrations, some of these like on special paper. And then also, let me get another one. You have like these special pages that are like articles. Yeah, it's really cool. The story so far is really interesting. It is like kind of a combination between sci-fi and fantasy. And our main character gets, well, he wakes up in a different dimension than his. And yeah, he doesn't have his memory, but I don't mind it as much as in other books because he very quickly regains a lot of memories, which is a good thing. But yeah, it's just an interesting book, learning who is the character, why is he here in a medieval English world. So yeah, it's really interesting. I'm 80 pages in, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Also, there was the bookmark also came with it, and then we have a second Cosmere pin. I think it's pin number 4. I think if you got the package with the quarterly merch boxes, you would get the other pins, so I don't have them all, sadly. But yeah, I have no idea who this character is, but he's called Vasher. I don't know from which book he is, but I haven't read that book yet. That far I do know. And then we also have a sticker from one of the illustrations in the book with a little wizard and then like some, I don't know, tentacly monster thing. But yeah, so that is all that came with the second book. But yeah, I absolutely love the design. It looks so good. But yeah, I will probably continue with this one a little bit later on. Now I'm gonna go up, chill like for half an hour, and then have to go out with the dog anyway. And I will do some gaming and then come back to reading later on. But yeah, I just wanted to give you like a quick little update. Now going to the office is finally over. It takes so much time driving to the office and stuff, you know. So yeah, at least now I'm in home office again, which takes a lot of time that I have now free again to read and do stuff like that, you know. But yeah, I will probably like continue with the Brandon Sanderson book and then with Map of Bones after that. So I hope I can finish those two this week. But we'll see. I have some interesting books I want to read in June now. We'll see how that goes. I'm gonna link you the video here if you haven't watched it yet, but yeah. I'm still reading The Frugal Wizard's Handbook for Surviving Medieval England. And I have some thoughts about the book. Sadly, it doesn't come close to Tress of the Emerald Sea at all, sadly. I don't know, I like the concept of the book. We have the handbook in part in the book, and then we have our main character who lands in like this medieval world and has a little bit of amnesia and needs to figure out why he's there and what is happening. Like, just like a rough overview. I like that concept. I personally like the little like disconnect between the story and like the handbook pages, and then you have like all of these drawings on the page. I don't even know if you can see them. Okay, sorry, my partner came in and I just had to stop filming. So yeah, I showed you the small little doodles. Like, they're really cute. I like the whole look and concept of the story. But I kind of feel like the book is lacking in... I can't really tell you why. I just feel like it doesn't hit the right spot. It is way more... Well, I feel like it's leaning more into humor than all of his other books. But I think that is also because of the story. So yeah, let me talk about it a little bit with like spoilers. Like, so here's a spoiler warning. So the thing is, our main character, he has amnesia because of changing dimensions. And when he comes there, he finds out like there are already 2 other people from his dimension in this world, and obviously he speaks the same language as the people. He has a lot of like augmentations and stuff, which he learns about throughout the story. And he tries, like, the idea is that the people that come into these medieval dimensions make themselves seem like gods or wizards, so they can wow the population and kind of mold the dimension to their liking, which is like already a weird concept. And yeah, so then our character feels like he's the hero because obviously he landed in the dimension, and he learns more about himself, and then he's like, oh yeah, I was an artist, and then he's like, I feel like I know things that like a thief would know. But then he remembers that he was a cop, and then he meets one of like the bad guys, and then he finally remembers, oh, I wasn't a cop, I tried to be a cop, and he like, after 6 months he stopped being a cop because he failed at it, and he fell in with the wrong crowd, and was directly one of these like gang bosses, and yeah, they were really cruel to him even then, and they betrayed him pretty much, and since then he tried to get back on his feet. Which is like a really weird like twist in the story, and you have to like remember that is what he remembers. We still have all of the story in like the world he's in and the dimension he is in, and it isn't his dimension. He tried to hide in it, and obviously the mob boss used the dimension to do his things, whatever he wants to do. I don't really get it. And yeah, also there's also his cop partner, which obviously he was only like 6 months a partner together, and he also hates him for some reason, but we haven't met him yet, so it's like really vague. But yeah, I think the idea of the story is interesting, but I personally think this book is lacking the spark that I feel in all of his other books I've read so far. So yeah, I'm a little bit sad, but then again, like, it's an interesting book. It's just maybe not like scratching the itch, you know? A little bit like that. So yeah, I have 160 pages still to go. I'm trying to finish it today because I haven't finished the book yet this week. Because work has been really hard on me this week. And also yesterday, which I didn't check in yesterday because I had my first wedding anniversary yesterday. So we ordered some food and did a little bit of a chill evening. But yeah, the only thing that I so far finished, I think, is an audiobook. And I started a new audiobook as well. Let me look up which one. Oh, I already finished it, so... So yeah, I finished an audiobook yesterday. Which I haven't even talked to you about because... Yeah, I'm kind of in a funk still, I would say, with reading. So yeah, I finished The Dark Country by Dennis Etchison, which is like a horror short story collection. I gave it 3 stars. I felt like I don't really... Like, I felt they were supposed to be scary, but none of them were really scary in the audiobook. So I don't know if maybe if I would read them physically, I would feel like they were scary, but I don't know. I felt they were really mediocre in my opinion. Yeah, I don't really have much of... Like, I don't really have an opinion any more than that because they were really forgettable, to be honest. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that is the only book I've finished so far this week. I think maybe I finished another audiobook, I think, before that, but yeah. I'm not having the best week when it comes to reading, but happens, you know? So yeah, hopefully I can finish this one today so I can continue another book tomorrow. Also, I have plans to film at least 2 videos tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. But that would be ideal so that I'm covered for like at least 2 weeks of Thursday videos. And I only have to edit the vlogs. That would be ideal. But yeah, we'll see. Let's finish this one. Okay, it is still Friday evening and I just finished the Frugal Wizard's Guide to... The Frugal Wizard's Handbook for Surviving Medieval England. And I have to say, it redeemed itself in the end for me. I gave it 4 stars. It's a weak 4 stars, but it is 4 stars for me. And to be honest, I think the ending, like the last maybe like 80 pages, really picked the book back up for me. I think just the middle is just the weakest point of this book, which I didn't feel like with his different books, to be honest. So yeah, but in the end, I think the ending is great. I just like the complete concept of the book, and to be honest, I'm just absolutely in love with the design of the book. Like pages like these, how awesome do these pages look? Big fan of that, and yeah, it's just a really pretty book. I don't think it's as strong as his other books, but it is a little bit out there. It's not in the Cosmere. It's more sci-fi than fantasy, though it mixes both. And yeah, it's definitely something different from Brandon Sanderson, but I still think it has its place. Just if you love his fantasy and aren't the biggest sci-fi reader, I think you might struggle with this one. So I can understand why people are like really mixed about it, you know. But yeah, I'm happy that in the end I did like it, though it isn't like my favorite of his, obviously. But yeah, to be honest, I just like the design of the book so much and the story in it. I'm so looking forward to the next Secret Project. Reading his like acknowledgement and the blurb in the end from him, this seems to be the only one that isn't set in the Cosmere, so I'm really interested to see where we're going with Secret Project 3. But yeah, that is a few months away still, so because I never read the ebooks, I wait for the physical copies because I just like love reading the physical copies. But yeah, I'm really happy that I finished it. The ending really great. Like I just sat down like to read the last 80 pages and those went really smoothly. It was really just the middle part that kind of like slowed the whole thing down for me a little bit. So yeah, we have a week 4 stars, but 4 stars nonetheless. So I finally finished a physical book this week. So yeah, the next one, well, I will read tomorrow. I probably won't finish it tomorrow, let's be honest about that, but I will try to read as much as I can. And that is Map of Bones by James Rollins. I am halfway through. I have 250 pages still left. So yeah, an ambitious read, but yeah, that is the next one I want to finish. I'm really happy with the ending. I was afraid there for a second that I would have to give one of Brandon Sanderson books 3 stars, which would have been by far the weakest of his books then, but yeah. Happy in the end. So I will now, I don't know what I will do now. Haven't decided yet. It's like 8 o'clock on Friday, so we'll see. Maybe I should like do a little bit of cleanup. Tomorrow morning I plan on filming like 2 videos if I can get to it. That would be ideal, but I'll see how it is, and then I will definitely check in with you. And we also have to like get groceries and stuff tomorrow. I have to do like the last bits of preparing for going to my best friend's wedding next week. We have a long drive there and I still need to like test out my final outfit and stuff like that, which yeah. It's gonna be a full day tomorrow again, but that's fine. It's the weekend, at least I don't have to work. So yeah, I hope you have maybe a little bit of better time reading than I have. And yeah, I will see you in the morning. Okay, so it's Saturday now. I'm really sorry, this vlog is also really weird. I'm still having a hard time. I don't want to talk too much about it, but I think it always like gets someone way too down, but yeah. Sometimes the health just isn't the best. I just finished filming next week's Thursday's video. I wanted to film 2, but I've decided to film the other one like for the week after that on Monday afternoon, because I'm already feeling drained, to be honest, because I don't have a lot of energy at the moment. But yeah, I wanted to do a quick check-in. I didn't read nearly as much as I wanted to. To be honest, I think this book is just too long. I'm at a point where I feel like the ending should come and I still have like 150 pages left. So yeah, that is really annoying, to be honest. What I find is, what the book does is, there aren't any real stakes in it, I feel like, because our group of people, like our military staff and the 2 from the Vatican, they have met the enemies a few times now, and nothing ever happened, like bad happened to them. All of them came out of it unscathed, unfazed. So I don't know, I feel like if you have a book like that where your enemies are shooting at another, like shooting at you and you are shooting back, at least like let someone get hurt or stuff like that. How can we get so far into the book and like we don't even have like a person that hurt anything from our original group, you know? I feel like there isn't really much at stake here. So yeah, I don't know. And it's just too long. We switched place, like we are now back in the Vatican, and our guys are now going back into hiding. They switched places again. Oh, they're in Alexandria now. searching for the tomb of Alexander the Great, which is lost. And yeah, we're going so many different places. Nothing like it's we're hunting after something, and we don't seem to come closer. And yeah, to be honest, I'm ready for something else. The book is just too long. I'm thinking about not finishing it at the moment because I'm just annoyed at it, which makes it not fun to read, if I'm honest. So yeah, I began really hopeful with this book, and I really liked the beginning, and I just wish the book would end now. I think it's too long and too boring for that, because there aren't any stakes in it. So yeah, disappointing, to be honest. But yeah, I think... Well, before I forget, I started a new audiobook yesterday, because obviously I finished the horror short story audiobook, and then I can't bring myself to continue with Ringworld. I don't even know if I talked about that one in this vlog at all. I think it's too weird. It's not my taste at the moment, so I won't continue with that one. I'm DNFing that. Until then, I put my, in the search bar, you know, I picked the one that I could directly pick from a library, the audiobooks that are there, that you can listen to directly, and then I put it on random, and this title kind of stood out to me, and it's called Naked Statues, Fat Gladiators and War Elephants by Garrett Ryan, and it's pretty much just a book about interesting questions about the ancient Greeks and Romans, and he just answers weird and random questions about them. And you know, I obviously took a few university courses about the ancient Greeks and the Romans, and it's something I kind of like listening to and learning about, and it's a really fun audiobook, I have to be honest. It's like, you know, questions like, did they wear underwear back then? And where did they go to the toilet? You know, questions like that are just interesting, everyday questions, and obviously there are also a lot of weird questions in there. And they're really interesting, the answers. Just like learning about it. He talks a little bit about where they found the facts that he talks about and stuff like that, so it's really interesting. So I'm gonna put the cover here. If you're interested in like ancient Greek and Roman things and history, non-fiction kind of stuff, I recommend it. I mean, I'm not that far into it, but at the moment I really recommend listening to it. So yeah, at least that is a fun listen at the moment, but yeah. I think I will end the vlog here, to be honest. Technically our friends were supposed to come today, but they forgot they had another birthday where they had to be. So it's just my partner and I today, so we're gonna do a barbecue later on, because it's really nice weather here. And yeah, I probably will, well, I have to do a little bit more reorganization in this home. And we have to do some shopping, you know, grocery shopping and stuff like that. All of the really boring adult life stuff. So I think I will end the vlog here, and I'll see you tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, next week in the next vlog. If you liked the vlog, please leave a like, maybe subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!